Welcome back to the Millwood Fieldhouse for the varsity boys basketball, sponsored by OCCC and SSM Health at St. Anthony. Time for game number 2 on Tuesday Night Hoops, as Class 4A number 2 Crossing Christian Knights will battle your Class 3A number 1, the mighty Millwood Falcons. These are fresh rankings that just came out yesterday. Saturday night or Friday night, the Falcons let it slip away at the Soul Bowl Classic on the hardwood against the Douglas Trojans. Yes, of course, that means the Trojans swept the action from the girls and boys. The boys lost by 11 points, 67-56. They've lost 2 in a row and are 5-4 on the season. And for the second game, the Falcons will stare down another top team in Class 4A. They took on Douglas, which was Class 4A number 1. Now they're trying on again against Crossing Christian, which is 4A number 2. Now Crossing is 9-1 on the season. Oh yeah, they are. Ironically enough, that one loss was to Millwood in the Tournament of Champions 12 days ago, 63-58. The Knights bounced back, winning 2 straight games in that tournament. Tonight they look to get a second bite at the apple in a rematch tonight. So welcome to Falcon Pregame. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Iron sharpens iron, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Another challenge awaits this Falcon team in a rematch with another great team. Who has the advantage?
Well, I think the Falcons have the advantage given the fact that, number one, they did beat Crossings at the Tournament of Champions in Tulsa. And then you're coming into the Franklin Spears, and you got to do it again. And so I anticipate this is going to be a very good game. Both teams are going to have to play extremely well. But in your opening statement or your opening dialogue, a monologue, you were talking about the Falcons dropping 2 in a row. Well, let's put that in perspective. The first one that they lost was in the championship game in the Tournament of Champions against 6A state champion and defending state champion, the Owasso Rams. Then the second game is against the number 1 4A opponent, the Douglas Trojans. So tonight they're playing another 4A, and you got to keep in mind now.
Yes, you
Millwood is a Class 2A program.
3A
program too. And so what you're seeing here as it relates to strength of schedule and opponents, particularly outside of conference, is to help prepare the Falcons basketball team for the road to the big house.
I'm going to step on your foot, Gary, because you act like you listened to my interview with Dorian Williams.
Oh.
So, again.
Well, I had a conversation with Dorian last week after the Douglas loss.
Okay, well then, again, let's play this for our audience right now. This is the comments from, of course, Millwood Falcon head coach Dorian Williams right now. Pre-game talking with Falcons boys head coach Dorian Williams. Coach, what did your team learn most, or what did you find out more about your team in the game against Douglas?
Just got to execute, man. We got to execute for a 32-minute period. We can't let our foot off the gas at times, and we can't afford mental lapses. And I think that's kind of what we had. But we had a good couple days of practice, get our stuff together. But, our schedule is what it is for a reason. We want to be challenged. We want to have some adverse situations. Because at the end of the day, man, we're here to win March. And all those tools and all those things helps us in March.
Sometimes these kids nowadays fall in love with that three-point shot. How do you feel? I mean, that's a much longer conversation than that, but those in-game situations when the shots stop falling, how do you try to get the guys to get motivated to start going back to attack mode? Because that's when the Falcons are at their best.
Absolutely. No, that was a big part of our talk is settling and just being okay with whatever the defense give you. Sometimes they want you to shoot the three. You're open for a reason, right? And so we had some learning moments with that. I still want my guys to be confident to shoot the basketball when they are open, but we got to take a lot less. Our best attribute as a team is attacking the basket, getting out in transition, and finishing. And we limit ourselves when we don't do those things.
What excites you about the challenge against the Knights tonight?
Well, it's a really well-coached team. Really got some really good players. It's always a challenge to have to beat a team twice, right? And so when you think about playoffs when it comes to February and March, sometimes you're going to have to beat a really good team twice and how it goes, So it's all preparation. So I'm really excited to see how our guys respond. Crossing's going to come out, and we know they're going to play with something to prove. And I'm very curious to see how guys respond.
So you heard Coach Williams talk about it. First of all, no excuses no matter which team you play in a game and a matchup. But you did hear him say this was all about March. That's what you heard him say. So what Coach Woods alluded to is absolutely true. It's about getting ready for March, and this is how the iron gets sharpened here at Millwood. They play non-conference, one of the toughest non-conference schedules in the state. That's why you can have a record of what you do, 5-4, and still be ranked number 1, because everybody recognizes the level of talent that you're playing against, and whether you're winning or losing, it's helping the Falcons grow and be ready. Also, he was talking about the team being more aggressive instead of settling for shots based upon what the defense was giving them, like they did against Douglas this past week. He said they allowed themselves to find themselves shots that they probably won't normally take because they were settling for what the defense gave. And then finally, he says, hard to beat a team twice. He's interested to see what kind of energy and through their practice on how they know, because they know the Knights are coming for them tonight.
Yeah, it's recognition. They, like he said, sometimes they'll let you shoot the 3 because they want you to shoot the 3. You got to recognize that when you're not, and that's being self-aware, when you're not, making those shots, you got to tell yourself, hey, look, I need to get into the paint. I got to make something happen. I got to mix it up. Crossing's very well coached team, smart coaching staff. They're going to pretty much come at you the same way Douglas did. The difference here is that their game is probably going to be a little bit more similar to what we can expect to see on the road to the Big House.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get the starting lineups now for the Crossing Christian Knights. Gary, I really want to talk about, this particular matchup between – there have been some great matchups between Crossing Christian and Millwood over the years, football and basketball. But in terms of just schools with natural respect for each other, I think this is one of my favorite matchups because Crossing really loves playing here.
Sure they do.
And we love playing them. So first player being called is Carl Furnish.
When you can get a non-conference opponent who is a partner that pretty much allows you to prepare your team for, down the road success, that's a team that you have to schedule. I mean, you just have to schedule them.
So the starting lineup for Crossing Christian, we will confirm it in just a moment. But the head coach, and of course the athletic director is also the head coach. That is Sean Shinnick. So now it's time for the Falcons starting lineup right now.
Oh, wow.
So Braylon Bradshaw getting the start there. I will give you the starting lineup for the Knights and then confirm it back so Gary can give you the Falcons starting lineups. Carl Furnish, the senior point guard. Then you've got Braden Buckingham, the junior guard. Then you've got, of course, power in the paint. When you start talking about Cam Parker, the 6'7", player for them. And then also on that standpoint, you also have Rylan Sykes, the sophomore guard, and then following it up also as well as Ridley being the final starter for this team. So you're talking about an aggressive team overall for that, and that's kind of how that you've got on your starters overall. What are the starters for the Falcons tonight, Gary?
Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up in the starting 5 for the Falcons. Braylon Goins is starting at guard. Isaiah Wilkes is going to be your point guard. Amari Barrett is going to be your 3 guard. But then they're going to come in and they're going to start Jonathan Van Buren at the 4. And the mix-up or the new start is going to be my man Braylon Bradshaw in the post. And good to see him out there, 6'5", 6'5" post player. He was out initially early in the season due to injury.
We saw his initial action of him come back in the Soul Bowl Classic on the hardwood this past week. So now, you know, having him back fully in this lineup, and he did not participate, although he was with the team in the Tournament of Champions. He did not play in that game. It's interesting to see how his impact will be. Instantaneously, Cam Parker gets it, now putting the ball back in the hands of Furnish. Bounce pass over to Parker. And this team has inside-outside capability with movement, high screens at the top. Screen by Parker. Back over on top to Buckingham, who swings it down to Parker, kicks it back out. Shot from deep from Rylan Sykes. Can't get it to fall that time. Rebound pulled down by Wilkes.
Yeah, that was a good first possession defensively for the Falcons. A couple of breakdowns there, but they were able to recover nicely.
Goins on the left wing. Goins looking for space. Bounce pass over to Barrett. Barrett working the box. Barrett kicks it back out to Wilkes. Wilkes has the ball swiped at, but nothing going there. Right wing over to Van Buren. Right now, man-to-man defense being played by the Knights. Wilkes looking for a screen. Wilkes bumped off track, kicks it back out to Barrett. Barrett inside the lane, kicks it back out to Goins. Goins with the runner from the short corner. Shot no good by Goins. Rebound pulled down that time by the Knights. Kicking the ball back out to Parker. Parker looking for space. Driving down the lane goes Furnish on Goins. Furnish throws it high off the glass and kisses it in.
Yeah, nice move by Furnish. He went in and then he hesitated a little bit, picked it back up again with the baby hook off the glass.
Wilkes with the runner. He can't get it to fall that time. Now off to the races this time. Nice controlled dribble by Sykes, who goes up high and lays it in early.
Yeah, Sykes, great job athletically. He was able to avoid a couple of Falcon defenders and went in with the finger roll nicely on the fast break.
So now going back to work. Here comes Isaiah Wilkes. Wilkes standing on the logo, 6:10 to go. Falcons find themselves down by 4 early in this one, 6:07 to go. Right wing. Ball's going to be stolen again by Sykes. Sykes to the basket. Kisses it off the glass with the left hand and drops the biscuit in the basket that time.
Yeah, look like they're going to bring in Chris Clay.
Falcons having trouble above the perimeter with scoring, and Isaiah Wilkes decides to find and be silky smooth. Goes Wilkes, knocks down a 3 that time.
Nice recognition by Wilkes sitting out at the perimeter. Everybody dropped back. He said, well, you got to give me a 3, I'll take it.
All right, from the left wing, shot again, knocked down by Buckingham for 3.
Yeah, Crosses Christian, they come in and they answer 3 for 3.
So
9-3 is the score.
Braylon Bradshaw tries to get a shot off. He can't get it to fall. Rebound comes up. Going to work this time. 3-point shot on the other end. Shot can't fall that time by number 25, Ridley.
Rebound, Wilkes.
Wilkes with the rebound, and here come the Falcons. Beep, beep. Van Buren, stutter steps. Gets the ball inside to Barrett. Barrett drives to the lane with the left hand. Gets the shot to fall.
Yeah, he left it short there.
So going to work, 9-3. Now ball in the hands now of Buckingham, who's got a 3 knockdown of his own. So now, excellent job. Now Chris Clay does come in, as you called it, Gary, for Goins at this point. And that's the one thing Dorian has the option of. Up fake, nice job by Sykes, pulls up, shot short. Amari Barrett picks it up. Barrett swings it over to Isaiah Wilkes, who gets an easy kiss off the glass and drops it in there.
Great court awareness by Barrett.
Wilkes with all 5 of the Falcon points early on in this one, 4:31 to go. Dribbling up high goes Furnish. Furnish has 2. Ball nearly stolen. Several players go diving on the floor for it. It's going to be a jump ball situation, and it looks like it will remain. Looks like it'll remain Knight basketball. So it looks like they're trying to get an understanding of what it is. Jump ball situation, and it will be Falcon basketball. So going to work right now, Chris Clay's going to throw it into Isaiah Wilkes. Falcons need to get in the offensive set and get into a flow. 4:19 to go, 9-5 is the score. Bounce pass over to Barrett. Barrett Dribbling inside from the short corner, hits with the runner, can't get the shot to fall that time. Rebound, Cam Parker for the Knights. And Sykes to the lane, finishes with the left hand with the reverse.
Man, Sykes is coming in there with some mad game, man. Not crazy about his haircut, but hey, he got some basketball skill.
Sykes has 6 of the team's 11 points thus far. Chris Clay over to Wilkes. Wilkes pulls up from the elbow, jump shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Buckingham is going to be knocked out of bounds, and it looks like it will be Knight basketball. 11-5, Falcons down by 6, 3:45 to go. Cross coming up now, goes Furnish. Working the ball around the perimeter now. Sykes gets bumped by Clay. Sykes looks for a screen by Parker. Sykes drives baseline, kicks it back out. Up fake by Buckingham, spins into the lane. Tries to dump it on the back. Amari Barrett wants to leave with it, but it ends up in the hands of Chris Clay with the steal. Wilkes across the timeline now, being picked up by Furnish. Wilkes on the logo, 3:07 to go. Frantic first period here, gone by real quickly here.
11-5, crosses Christian leads.
Van Buren on the right wing. Drives inside, kicks it out, and Van Buren with the bounce pass. It's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, Van Buren got to a spot at the free throw line. He just needed to elevate. There was no way the defender could have challenged that
And we're
shot.
talking about one thing. The Falcon offense is out of sync right now because, again, you talked about it. Van Buren's been playing the 5. He's playing the 4 now and having to get the ball in a different spot.
Yeah.
Now Van Buren comes up with the steal there just as I say that.
Yep.
And on the other end of the basket, are we counting it?
No.
Okay, we're not counting the basket here.
Yeah, if it was the NBA, yes. But, no, they're going to call that one on the floor.
So the foul's going to be called on the floor right now. So 1 foul apiece, team
Somebody
foul
needs
apiece.
to inbound the ball.
So Wilkes has it. High pass into Barrett. Barrett in the lane, takes the bump, tries to finish with the scoop shot. He can't get it to fall. Rebound by Cam Parker.
Yeah. All of Barrett's initial shots here have been left short. He needs to give a little bit more oomph to it. He's getting plenty off the floor. He's just for whatever reason, he's just a little bit shy.
All right, and a three-point shot is knocked down by Furnish. He's got 5 in the first quarter now. 14-5, Falcons down 9, 2:12 to go. Falcons need to find a way to get some baskets to fall.
In a hurry.
Going to work here now, of course.
Bradshaw got the ball at the top of the key.
Wilkes fires another 3, back rim
out.
shot, no good there. Rebound by Crossing Knights. So far, the Falcons in this game, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 9 on overall shooting, 22%. And when you're looking at it from the Crossing Christian present, they are 6 of 8. Make that 7 of 9 now, following a 3-point shot from the corner by Buckingham.
Yeah.
And
Falcons
so
down
now
by
you
12.
got him with 6, Sykes with 6, Furnish with 5. 17 points if you're doing your math at home.
Yep.
Falcons down 12, double-digit lead by the Knights. The Knights, remember. So now Clay over to Wilkes. You got 2 high above. The ball's going to be deflected by Sykes. Sykes goes for it. While Chris Clay wasn't paying attention, the ball's going to be knocked loose, and then it ends up in the hands of Buckingham, who drops it in. And all of a sudden, he's got 8 points.
Yeah, 19-5.
Timeout's being called on the floor following the steal and the turnover against Chris Clay. It is right now, as it stands, man, a 14-point advantage right now.
Yeah.
The Falcons really are finding themselves in a crazy spot. We'll take a timeout as a 60-second timeout's been called on the floor. You're listening to Millwood Falcon basketball, brought to you by OCCC and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and who wants to win $10,000? First of all, you got to be a high school senior in the Oklahoma City Metro. Second of all, you got to hit that QR code down at the bottom. Third of all, this is brought to you by Love's Travel Stops at Country Stores and Perry Publishing Broadcasting. And don't forget Superprint.
Welcome back. Following the timeout here, you know, the one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about because of the interview and our great interaction with Keys to the game. Let's just bring this up real quick as both teams are getting out there. I said, bring the fire early. Well, we know who's bringing the fire early.
Yeah, crossing.
Then I said, make free throws and then get easy buckets. We can't get the buckets to fall if you're the Falcons.
Right.
Making free throws, that requires us to get to the free throw line.
Get to the free throw line. Crossing is doing all those things.
And then bring the fire. Right now, it's all the Knights.
Yep.
Back to live action now. Ball in the hands of Van Buren on the right wing. Throws it back up top to Clay, over to Wilkes. Wilkes has 5 points in the game right now. Someone else has got to knock down a shot. Christopher Clay says, I'll do it. Knocks down a three from deep off the Amari Barrett resist, and it cuts the lead down back to 11 with 36 seconds to go. Isaiah Wilkes did a nice job of avoiding the screen there. Furnish kicks it over as we have a new player in the game. It's Caden Leslie in the game now for the Knights. Cross court over to Furnish with 24 on the clock. Coach Sean Shinnick is asking for one shot here with 17 seconds on the clock. There's no need to push it. Also, Braylon Bradshaw comes out of the game, and we got Corey Holman in the game for the Falcons now. Going to work, 7 seconds on the clock, 6 seconds on the clock, double team. And now looking for space to operate, kick it to the corner, three-point shot as time expires. Shot no good by Wyatt Dalton.
Wow, the Falcons actually dodged a couple of bullets there because they got caught on rotation out of position defensively, had players running around wide open, so much so that when that last shot was taken from the three-point range at baseline here, there were actually two crossings players right next to each other as the shot was being taken.
And that actually interfered with the vision and the spacing. So that might be why Dalton missed that shot very well, because the crossing looked like he was a defender to this guy, even though it was the same team.
But the thing that bothered me the most with it was that you had two players that were sitting there uncovered, and the Falcons, they were not D'd up. They were not locked up man-to-man.
So the interesting story in the first half of this one is just how the points are just coming in right now. You've got Braden Buckingham leading the Knights with scoring. He's got 8 early on. Rylan Sykes, I mean, this sophomore guy, just be watching for his game.
He's a sophomore?
Yeah, just watching him develop. He's got 6, and then Cal Furnish overall with 5. For the Falcons so far in the first half of this one, they're shooting 3 of 10 from the floor, 30%. They actually have a higher percentage from 3, 2 of 3, 67%. You're not going to win games because that's not the Falcons' strength of their game overall.
Wait a minute. Who's it? Number 33? Oh, Caden Leslie?
Caden Leslie.
Leslie? Yeah. He's coming old school with the tube socks. Look at those socks he's wearing.
Take a look at for those who are watching at home.
Oh, that's old school right there. I love it. I love it.
Crossing Knights.
He got the old school socks.
Shot 8 of 11, 73% in the game. 3 of 5 from three-point line, which is 60%. 2 of 5, 5 of 6 from twos, 83%. What's also more important is the Knights have out-rebounded the Falcons 6-2. And so now they're going to inbound the ball from the baseline now and set to go as we start the second period tonight. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call, 19-8. And a first-team foul is going to be called starting the on the inbound play. So one-team foul for the Falcon right now. And the officials are going to talk here real quick to make sure everything is clear on what we've got. But the Falcons, even without time. All right, so here we go. Now going to work, they were conferring the jump ball situation. So now to inbound the ball underneath the goal. Ball in the hands of Parker. Let's go a three-point shot by Furnish. He can't get it,
rebound.
But Leslie chases down the errant miss here. Back to work now goes Buckingham.
Oh, they got him on the switch.
And Holman with a nice job of defending that by getting the ball.
Wow.
And then Chris Clay could not corral the missed three-point shot.
That's 2 rebounds that the Falcons missed in this one possession.
And again, they're being out-rebounded 6-2 overall in this game coming out of the first. Clay covering now Leslie. Going to swing it. Buckingham being now covered by Bivens, who's in the game for the first time this evening. And he's in, of course, for Isaiah Wilkes overall. So back to work now. Barrett going to come across half court, back into Wilkes. Wilkes back to Barrett. A little give and go. Nothing falls there. Holman can't corral the rebound. This time Leslie does.
Crossings answers with the runner.
So on the other end with the runner. So,
golly, 21-8. Knights lead.
Who was that who knocked that last shot down for the Knights?
Number 12.
Number 12 for Buckingham. So Buckingham now with officially 10 points in the game. Wilkes still trying to stay hot from distance. He can't get that one to fall. Tries to do a step back three-point shot. Can't get that one to fall.
Yeah.
Wilkes has cooled off, although it's hard to say he's cooled off. You know, when we start talking about points in the game, and Isaiah Wilkes has. So 21-8 is the score now. How did we get that? I got to look at that in just a second here. So going back to work now. Then a three-point shot attempt. Once again by Furnish. He knocks it down. So Furnish knocks down the three. So going to work right now.
24-8, Crossings lead.
So doing a great job on that side of the ball right now. And the back end.
Nice move by Van Buren.
So Van Buren, who's back in the game, knocks down a shot there. Van Buren makes it 21-10.
Good rebound by Van Buren. Oh, my God. Chris Clay did a LeBron layup.
He did.
Yeah, he from the three-point line took 5 steps.
12-14 is the score now. Parker has it on the box. Holman covering him. Ball back in the hand. They swing it to the corner. Shot from the corner by number 23, Heskett. He can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled down by Isaiah Wilkes.
Yep,
Wilkes' is fall on the other end. Contact right there by Farnish right there.
Yeah.
But good job by him. Great sportsmanship. So a little spurt here, but it is 24-12 till 12-point margin here. So Bivens, Holman, Clay on the floor right now, along with Wilkes. So going to work right now. Clay's going to inbound it into Holman. Gives back to Clay on the handoff from the inbound.
Nice
inside
move.
to Van Buren. Van Buren
Good
pulls
look.
up just inside.
Nicely done.
Knocks it down off the Chris Clay assist.
Nicely done. I love the intermediate jump shot by Van Buren.
24-14 is the score right now. Swinging the ball around, having to pick up the loose change in the corner. Goes number 25, Ridley. And going to the basket, gliding strong, goes. So it goes into Caden Leslie, scores it. 26-14. Lead back up to 12 right now. Isaiah Wilkes looking for a screen up top. Bivens comes, moves into the box here. Too high above the circle. You got Isaiah Wilkes and Chris Clay. Holman dives down to the box. Bivens looking for a sets a screen up for Wilkes. Wilkes pulls up with the runner, and the teardrop falls in nicely for Wilkes.
Falcons down by 10.
So Falcons down by 10 right now. Going to work. Up top now goes Sykes. Sykes has 6 first quarter points. Sykes drives inside, gets it up the clock, and Van Buren gets the block that time. So now Corey Holman comes out of the game, and now returning to the game goes Braylon Bradshaw.
I mean, man, look at the body on Sykes, and he's a sophomore. Good Lord. I mean, that guy looks like he's at least about 190 pounds.
Going to work right now.
He's a big old boy, man.
Pulling up, Furnish for a 2-point short corner jump shot.
Rebound,
can't get to
Bivens.
So Bivens comes up with the rebound now.
Clay just missed the opportunity on the fast
Van
break.
Buren tries to get some space to operate.
Yes, Van Buren.
Goes inside, the mid-range game is going.
Yep.
Nice job by Bivens on that one.
He's moving to that 5 to 7 foot jumper. It's there every time.
So Ball back in the hands.
Sykes gets.
So on the other end.
They blew what they called. Oh, they called a loose ball foul.
So it's going to be called against Buckingham. Not Buckingham. It's going to be called against 14, which would have been Cam Parker that time. Team foul number 1. So Isaiah Wilkes comes out now. And who comes in? Okay, Goins comes back in.
Come back in.
So 26-18 is the score right now. 3:40 to go. Van Buren swings it over to Bradshaw across the circle. Goins looks at the 3, drives inside, kicks it. Bounce pass is going to be stolen by Sykes.
Bradshaw
Sykes comes up with the steal.
Over. Oh, and good challenge by Bradshaw.
So on the other end there, in the corner, Bivens for 3. Bivens knocks down the 3
just like
there.
that, 26-21.
So 26-21, the Falcons have grinded the lead back down to 5.
Yep.
Furnish swings it over. Now ball in the hands of Buckingham. Back up top to Furnish. Going stepping out on him. Bivens getting some extended minutes here. Good to see that young man continuing to flourish. Shot from the corner.
You can't leave.
And the 3-point shot knocks down that time by Ridley.
You cannot leave crossing shooters unchallenged out there. They shoot the ball very well as a team. Van Buren answers.
And Van Buren answers on the other end with the assist there by Goins.
29-23.
6-point margin, 2:27 to go. Furnish being covered by Goins. Goins screen and a switch. Bradshaw steps out with a great job there.
Yep.
Nice recovery on the defense and rotation. Then Bradshaw covering on defense.
Rebound,
that time,
Van Buren.
Van Buren pulling down the rebound. Van Buren with 9 first-half points. Over to Clay. Clay pulls up for 3.
Rims
Shot
out.
no good. Rebound pulled down by Ridley.
He should have kept on. He should have came on in.
2 minutes to go. 6-point margin. Team fouls. 2 team fouls against the Knights. 1 team foul for the Falcons. Ball in the hands of Buckingham now. Being covered by Bradshaw. Swings it out to Parker. Being covered by Bivens. Right wing now. Up top. Goins now covering Furnish. Goins with a nice job in the lane. Going to swing it back. Wide open shot by Buckingham. Can't get the fall. Sykes gets the rebound. Blocked by Bradshaw.
And he's fouled.
So nice job on that one that time. A nice job by Bradshaw getting the block on the play. So now returning the game comes not Ridley, that is Leslie into the game for Sykes.
Now, I got a comment that I want to make, Mo, but I'm going to save it for the halftime because I had a conversation with Coach, and I said, hey, we're a team where our strength is in our numbers.
So Bradshaw, all right, we'll talk about that at halftime. Bradshaw has it, all right.
Down low.
Van Buren.
Yeah, eat Van Buren, eat.
Van Buren
Eat,
on the
baby.
box.
They
double team. He's going to have to kick it out. He's looking, throws it out high. Goins is going to have to chase it down. Joins, swings it back. Van Buren for 3 from the right wing.
He's insane.
JVB for 3.
29-26.
So 29-26, 3-point margin. Going to swing it back over to Leslie. Cam Parker goes down Main Street. Can't get it to score. And the ball's going to be recovered there by Buckingham.
Stolen by Van Buren. He's going crazy.
Van Buren going to kick it over to Bivens for 3 from the corner.
Bivens drains it.
And Bivens drains the 3 off the JVB assist. And we're all tied up at 29. The Falcons on a heater right now. It may be under freezing temperatures outside, but it's hot in here. And I don't need Nelly. And Goins going to foul right quick here. 23.1 seconds to go. Goins getting called for the foul. Team foul number 2. 23.1 to go. So substitution now. So Chris Clay comes out, and into the game comes Javier Richards.
Yep.
So Richards going to come in the game to bring some extended defense in the game now. Ball in the hands now. Going to throw it in. Cam Parker now has it. Parker gets it back in the hands of Furnish. 17 on the clock. Double team coming out. Buckingham now has it being covered by Goins into the corner. to Leslie. Leslie tries to bounce pass it to Cam Parker. Going to have to think twice. Furnish now has it. Richards covering him. Richards with smothering defense, and there's going to be a blocking foul called against Bradshaw with 3.9.
That's because Bradshaw kind of left his feet a little bit. He should have stayed down. If he would have stayed down, it would have been as easily, a foul or a charge he could have drawn, but he elevated slightly.
So Bivens comes out.
Coleman's in the game.
And Holman comes in the game. Holman extending it to keep the pass angle to the basket difficult for them to get in.
Yeah, they want that ball back
3.9 seconds to go, and they're going to call
loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul is going to be called against number 25 here against Ridley.
Now Falcons have the ball 3.9 seconds before the half.
So the Falcons have outscored them 25-10 in the quarter. Unbelievable.
Mr. Van Buren.
Van Buren in double digits with 12 first-half points. 3 seconds. Behind the back dribble.
He's going
to pull up from half court nearly, just inside on the logo. Van Buren does not get it to fall as time expires, but the Falcons have climbed the mountain and made it back and tied the game up at 29-29. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to break down this first half and get Coach Woods' idea about strength in numbers coming up after this for the Millwood and Richmond Foundation halftime report. You're listening to Millwood Basketball, brought to you by OCCC and SSM Health at St. Anthony. We will be right back.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood and Richmond Foundation president. Also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board vice president.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Richmond Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and who wants to win $10,000? First of all, you got to be a high school senior in the Oklahoma City Metro. Second of all, you got to hit that QR code down at the bottom. Third of all, this is brought to you by Love's Travel Stops at Country Stores and Perry Publishing Broadcasting. And don't forget Super Prep.
Hey sports fans, get ready to step into the world of championships with Super Prep Live, hosted by Miles Perry, only on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Dive deep into the lives of high school and college athletes with exclusive interviews and insight that reveals what makes them great. Follow Super Prep across all social networks to never miss a moment. It's Super Prep Live with Miles Perry. Tune in, get inspired, and stay connected. Visit OKCSportsRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Millwood and Richmond Foundation Halftime Report. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Score 29-29, all even.
29-29.
Second half of this game might as well be 0-0.
That's right.
Both teams have had their shining moments in the first half, but the Millwood and Richmond Foundation is raising $35,000 for their teachers and scholarships for their students. So, want to make a positive difference? It's not just going to athletics, it's going to the academic environment and experience here at Millwood. You can do that. Open up Cash App right now. $ Millwood Enrich OKC. 5, 10, 20, whatever on your heart. You might be big baller in 25, want to do 100. Go ahead and do that too.
Go and give me a stack.
Yeah, so go ahead and do that.
Give me a G.
Looking at the first half statistics, first quarter, Crossing was plus 11, 19-8. The Falcons in the second were plus 12. When it's all said and done, Gary, you do your math and you're like, hey, man, how did we get all the way there? That's how we get all the way tied up at 29 overall in this thing. So, Gary, looking at it from the standpoint of how amazing things have been overall for the Falcons, you have to look at it from the standpoint of this. Crossing Christian being led in the first half, scoring by Braden Buckingham, who has 10 points. Not to be overlooked is Cal Furnish, who had 8. But overall, the team shooting 12 of 25, 48% from the floor. 7 of 13 from twos, 5 of 12 from threes, 42%. They have 6 assists on 2 and 10 rebounds, 2 of which are offensive rebounds, 4 steals and 2 turnovers overall. For the Falcons in the first half scoring being led by JVB Van Buren with 12 first half points. Then you've got Bivens off the bench with 6. Isaiah Wilkes with 7 first half points. Chris Clay with 5. And then you also got points on the board. Now, that's your overall scoring overall in the game. Then you're looking at it from the standpoint of total team performance. Falcons 12 of 23, 52% shooting in the first half. 6 of 13 on twos, 46%. 6 of 10 on threes. We don't like that number, but it sure is pretty early. 60%, Gary. But the most troubling numbers come from that. 9 assists. The Falcons are plus 3 on that. But rebounds, 6 and 0 offensive rebounds to the 2 offensive rebounds against Crossing. On the other side, 4 turnovers and 2 steals. But the Falcons do have 2 blocks overall in this game, and that's how the line leads. Most impressive stat line that you can see there out of what stands out to you in the stats?
Well, you were talking about the rebounding game, but I think but the steals on the other side of it kind of balances that out. The shooting is not bad. You didn't go over free throws, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Free throw shooting overall, the Falcons haven't knocked down a free throw.
Okay, that's
Crossing.
something.
And Crossing hasn't knocked down a free throw either.
Yeah, so somebody needs to get to the line. And that's just the way I see it, is that, getting to the free throw line, especially when, you get 5 fouls and then next thing you know it, you're shooting, right? So it's like, hey, you ought to be doing those things that are consistent enough. And there were a lot of opportunities where we've taken 3 balls where maybe we could have gotten into the paint.
Right.
But, we're not shooting bad. I mean, everything is hovering, high 40s, 50% from the field. Rebounding-wise, we've missed some opportunities. Another stat that you probably don't have is how many overall paint touches did the Falcons have versus Crossings. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that Amari Barrett got into the paint at least 5 times on his own. He just wasn't able to convert.
Right.
So get him on track, and I think, all of a sudden now you're looking at a different ball game, especially considering that the Falcons came from so far behind.
There's 2 things I want to bring up, but first I want to bring up the other point. You talked to Dorian Williams about, about the strength in numbers. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, so the last 2 games that the Falcons played, one against Owasso, the other one against Douglas, and the Soul Bowl and the Hardwood, those 2 games the Falcons did not get into their rotation. They didn't actually play more than 7 players. Early on in the season, the Falcons were very successful going 10 deep. What helped us get back into this game in the first half versus Crossings? Our ability to play a number of players. And I don't necessarily know how many actually checked in, but I'm thinking that it's pretty close to about 10. because you had Bradshaw, you got Holman, you got Van Buren, you played Javier Richards got on the floor, Bivens got on the floor, Clay was on the floor, Mays got on the floor, Barrett, Wilkes, Goings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players played in the first half, and we were able to recover from a 16-point deficit and get back into this game 29-29 in the first half. Going into the second half, it might as well be 0-0.
Now, also looking at it from an observation standpoint as well from the Falcons as well, it's also about players getting acclimated. Van Buren has played very well.
Blocked
and another
by
block by Bradshaw as he comes and gets his third block of the game.
But it's getting those fresh legs in there to maintain that defensive and rebounding intensity.
Yes, it is, but it's also about understanding what your role is based on the position that you say. Now, I also understand about positionless basketball. I know it's everybody's thing to say now, but one thing I have to understand, when you're used to getting the ball in touches in certain rotations based upon the movement of the offense, it can have a big factor. Sykes for three, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Cam Parker. Parker gets a second chance, and he still can't score on the third one.
The Falcons need to get that rebound.
So, again, nice job. And on the other end, finally being able to get it before Barrett finally able to clear it on the other end, but nobody was able to do it. Aaron pass, turnover on the pass, and it now belongs back.
See, that play was a situation where Wilkes made the skip pass, but he didn't have to. He had control of the ball. He had the numbers. He should have been shooting too.
Bradshaw going up high and intercepts the pass. Back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw with the layup, but Barrett finishes.
Follows. That's good team basketball. Everybody running the floor.
So Barrett makes the basket there, following the great steal there by Bradshaw. And the Falcons have their first lead of the game by 2. Buckingham fires a three. He can't get it to fall that time. And this time, rebound pulled down by Goins on this one. In the lane goes Van Buren, and Van Buren is contact on the shot.
Yeah, he came down pretty hard.
So Parker just cleared it. No easy baskets even after the whistle. So, again, Parker going to play hard. I mean, that's what these teams do. The Knights, again, are Class 4A number 2.
Yeah.
And it's worth noting that that means they are right behind Douglas, and many people believe at the end of the year that will be the matchup when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So now going to work again. The Falcons are going to inbound the ball. Going's going to throw it in to Isaiah Wilkes, who fires a three from the corner. Rebound pulled down by Ridley that time.
I tell you what, Mo, if we get a chance to call that state championship game, I sure would love to be a part of that one.
Going to work on the other side. Parker tries to power game again, can't get it to fall. Rebound again by the Knights.
Stolen by Van Buren.
Van Buren coming away with the steal this time. And on the other end, ball.
Not a bad decision. Not a bad decision.
Barrett has it above the circle now. Barrett looking for space to operate, back in the hands now of Wilkes. Wilkes backing up near the logo, looking for a screen. Wilkes around the screen, kicks it to the corner. Van Buren now has it. He's bumped there by Ridley. Van Buren clears him, goes into the lane, kicks it to the corner. Goins for a three.
Long.
Goins, side rim shot, no good there by Goins. Rebound pulled down by the Knights. Sykes finds a crease, throws it to the corner, wide open. Buckingham for three, and he rings it up.
Wow. Yeah, when you're running back up court, you got to get your head on the swivel so that you can recognize where those spot shooters are.
Knights back up by 1, 32-31. Barrett kicks it to the corner. Goins for three again. And this time, Goins' shot is true from deep. Off the assist there, of course, that time by Amari Barrett. And the Falcons are back up by 2, 34-32. 5'11", Cam Parker power game into the lane, and he drops the biscuit in the basket.
They got lost on the switch there.
To the corner goes Wilkes. Wilkes fires another three.
Rims out.
Wilkes can't get that one to fall that time.
Need better possession.
On the other end, Furnish inside, draws contact from Goins, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the Falcons have to keep in mind what not only is the score is on the clock, but they also need to keep in mind what are the possession trends, right, Mo? I mean, you kill down, you go 2 possessions, no score. But then the Falcons go down, and they get 2 possessions, no score, and then all of a sudden now you got crossings, trading, and next thing you know it, you're neck and neck. Why? Poor decision making. I've seen a couple of situations where you had a paint touch and you gave it up for a 3-ball shot. You gotta weigh that out, and you gotta keep a temperament on that a little bit.
Goins inside the lane, tries to finish.
Followed by Barrett. Great job by Barrett.
So Barrett gets the rebound and scores it. That time on the rebound, 36-35. Also, there's also one other question I can ask you.
Sure.
And it's just going to make everybody laugh, and I'm not here to make fun of anyone. How many heat check shots do you need to know that you're not hot?
Right.
Sykes shoots the ball.
Sykes it was a good look. Sykes had a great look. He just couldn't drain that one, rimmed out.
Bounce pass. Then dribble inside. Kicks it to the corner. Van Buren, wide open, 3-point shot. Side rims. That one goes to the top of the goal. But again, the Falcons right now.
You're asking the question, how many heat checks do you need to know that you're out of rhythm there, right?
Right. So the Falcons were shooting 60%, but in the second half, 1 of 5, 20%.
Right.
But you're opening the door again to give the Knights a run.
And the Knights, I think they're probably more of a truer three-point shooting team than the Falcons are. You just got to know who you are. You got to know what your identity is.
Buckingham for 3, side rims, that one on his own right.
Rebound Van Buren. They got numbers.
Van Buren into the lane.
You got to get his head up so he can see it.
Draws contact. They're going to call offensive foul.
Got to get your head up. You got to get the number. You got to see the numbers.
Now, Van Buren, I miscalculated his stats. I was just told and corrected that he has 11 points, not 12 in the game. One of his 3-point shots was actually a 2. All right, going to work now across that. Cam Parker gets it back to Buckingham. Buckingham lines up, but Barrett covering him. Now the shot is in the hand now. Inside to Cam Parker. Cam Parker's got a smaller guy, but Sykes is in the lane.
Sykes with the up and under. Great play by Sykes.
Sykes gives the Knights back the lead. Falcons, let's see if they're going to try to get an easy basket on the inside. Van Buren drives inside, spin move, turns and fires.
Nice move by Van Buren.
Van Buren turns and fires a 3 off the Amari Barrett assist.
Timeout Falcons.
Timeout Falcons following the shot there. We'll see here if it's a 30-second or 60 seconds. 30 seconds timeouts will stay here. But again, it's about the team now that finds the easier offense. The keys to the game is bring the fire early. Well, the Knights
did that.
Crossing did that
in the first
quarter.
Right.
But then the second quarter, the Falcons got hotter.
Yeah, they did.
So then make free throws and then get easy buckets. And at the end of this game, the team that gets the easier or in-rhythm shots will more than likely win the game.
And
free throws.
And not just that, but also, too, being able to, again, play this possession game, right? I mean, that's a key factor. You know, easy shot. You got to remember what Coach said. Sometimes guys give you the 3-ball if they know you don't have the legs and you're not locating, right? You're not hitting those shots. So they'll fall back on it. Why? Because then they're defending the paint, right? They're trying to avoid the high-risk paint touches, you know, and so they'll let you take those long shots.
All right, going back to work right now. Falcons extend full court pressure now as Furnish gets across the timeline, bounce pass over to Buckingham on the right wing. Reset offense here, cross court over to Ridley. Ridley ball fakes, looking, gets the ball back in the hands of Sykes. Sykes in the second half has a basket overall in this game and going to work overall. So now working the ball around it. Sykes, Falcons giving him space to operate. Sykes gets back, kicks it to Ridley. Now at half court, standing is Furnish. Right wing over to Buckingham. Buckingham to the high post, inside to Ridley.
Bradshaw fell asleep under the basket.
And Ridley tries to get it up there, and Amari Barrett ends up pulling down the rebound, but it's going to be a tie up there.
Yep, possession Falcons.
So the Falcons are the beneficiary here on that particular sequence here. But good job by the Falcons. They were able to get there only because Sykes wasn't able to get that easy basket in there real quick. So now going to work right now. Ball in the hands now of Van Buren. Van Buren on Barrett. Barrett Looking, gets it inside to Bradshaw, who tries to get it. He can't get it to fall. Falcons scrambling for it and eventually ends up back in the hands of Chris Clay.
No. Oh, yeah. Yep. I was about to say Parker thought he was going to draw the foul. And he was a little late there. And Bradshaw's going to go to the line. Oh, no, that's Van Buren's going to the line.
So Van Buren going to the line there. So on the other end this time. (40-37) is the score. Van Buren at the free throw line right now. Van Buren shoots. Front rims and gets it over. Nicely job. Nice done there.
41-37. Falcons leading Crossing Christian.
So Van Buren now with 16 points in the game. Going to work now. Ball in the hands. Going to go to right wing over to Buckingham. Buckingham being covered by Barrett. Van Buren, great ball pressure. Inside goes Sykes. Sykes to the basket is going to get called for steps in the lane.
Yeah.
He tried to gather himself to make that shot there.
He did.
Wasn't able to do so. 1:31 to go. And again, he did not drag his pivot foot. Of course, Coach Shinnick believes in that particular situation, but the officials saw it differently on that particular sequence there. Going to work now, Amari Barrett. Bounce pass over to Clay, back over to Goins. Van Buren now has it.
That's a shot right there.
And Van Buren inside, short corner shot, front rims.
Bradshaw rebounds.
Bradshaw gets it down low, tried to get it to Barrett. Barrett can't contain it, but he manages to get it.
Second shot opportunity for the Falcons.
But nice job there by Braylon Bradshaw getting another rebound. Going to throw it back to Van Buren in the corner. Left wing up to Goins. Goins swings it. Chris Clay thought about the three. Back over to Goins. Goins is going to fire the three. And Goins can't get it to fire that time.
That's 0 for 3 by the Falcons at three-point range.
And on the other end, they're saying the shot did not fall down there or did not fall down on the other end there. But no foul call on that shot made by Buckingham in the second half of this one.
Falcons had a second chance opportunity again on that possession. Did not connect there.
23 seconds to go. 41-39 is the score. Ball back in the hands of Buckingham. Bivens at the scorer's table. Rick to come in back in with Isaiah Wilkes, probably to start the fourth at this point. 2 team fouls apiece. Swings it over up top. Buckingham gets inside the lane, tries to get it to Cam Parker. Scramble drill. And then finally rising up and knocking down the shot that time goes Cam Parker.
That's Buckingham actually fouled that.
Buckingham knocks that shot down. Let me correct that correction there. Buckingham with
41,
4 points
41.
in the quarter, and we're all tied up at 41.
Golly.
Nobody is able to take and establish this thing. We're going to have to settle it with 8 more minutes on the clock.
Uh-oh.
We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Basketball, brought to you by OCCC, also SSM Health at St. Anthony. Time to start the fourth here. Coach Dorian Williams and Coach Sean Shinnick, another classic game here. And we have to remember, Gary, of course, that game was a 5-point game, 63-58 at the Tournament of Champions. Expect nothing less from these teams in this particular matchup.
Yeah, I think there's going to be another 20-piece scored in this period. Might not get to 70, but
yeah, you're talking about both teams scoring 12 in the period and the quarter, however you want to look at it. It's the third, 7:52 to go left in this game.
There's a lot more aggressive defense being played here.
Yes, I think it's great defense being played on this Tuesday night here. I mean, I know everybody in the city is looking forward to the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Thunder tomorrow night. Both teams #1 respectively. But this game here on a Tuesday night is also just equally as awesome as Sykes drops the biscuit in the basket on his own right. Another assist on the board by Sykes, and he puts that on that. Ryland Sykes been awesome tonight. Van Buren's pass is tipped. Chris Clay has it. Now Isaiah Wilkes has it. Back over to JVB above the circle on the left wing.
Yeah, look at the zone defense being played by Crossings. They want the Falcons to take the 3 ball.
And Wilkes with a runner from elbow shot.
He rushed that shot. He was completely off balance.
So on the other end.
Block!
So another block on the other end.
Chris
Clay coming up with the block that time.
Out of bounds. Ball, Falcons.
So it got bounced off of, but it's a 2-point margin still here by the Knights, thanks to Ryland Sykes knocking it down. Ryland Sykes overall in this game has a right around 10 points overall in this game. It might at 10 points. 6:51 to go. Ball in the hands of Chris Clay. Van Buren inside to Amari Barrett, who was going to be stripped by Furnish.
Yeah, Barrett should have just went straight up and took the J.
On the other end, Bivens and Sykes going after it in a jump ball situation, and it will be Knights basketball.
Yeah. No, Falcons will have possession here.
So back to work. So that was the case here.
They're going to make it call a timeout.
So the ball in the hands now of Barrett, who knocks down a 2. So 43-43. Ball in the hands now. Inside the lane goes Sykes, throws it back out. Now in the hands of Leslie. Deep 3-point shot. Not able to fall by Furnish, and there's a foul underneath. It's going to be called against Bivens. Team foul number 1. On that last possession there.
No, that foul was called against number 6, Crossings.
Okay, against Crossings. All right, so it's going to be Falcon basketball.
15 against Sykes.
Against Sykes, all right. So Sykes is going to come out of the game, but we're all tied up at 43 right now. So going to work right now. Coming across the timeline goes Wilkes over to JVB. Jonathan Van Buren, who has 16 points in the game. Barrett, 6 in his own right, pulls up for the long 2. Shot not there. Ball back in the hands of the Knights. Cam Parker across the timeline now. Let the big fella go downhill. Swings it to the corner. Ridley for 3. Can't get it to fall.
Rebound Barrett.
Barrett with the rebound now.
43-43.
Clay. Bounce pass inside on the elbow. Bivens comes in, tries to drop the pass down low. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds. He tried to get the pass inside to Van Buren.
I'm seeing so many passes out of the paint once they get there.
Yes, Gary. Yes, that is true.
That absolutely baffles me when you get the paint touch that you want and you pass the ball out of the paint.
Yeah, Gary, and that is true.
You're in the honey hole.
No.
Take the shot.
No, Gary, we're going to go for 3. Don't you know? That's what we're going to do. Bivens has it above the circle. Back up top to Barrett. Up top to Chris Clay. Chris Clay says slow down. We're all tied up right now. Both teams have scored a basket each in the quarter.
I mean, Crossings they're packing the lane with a zone. They want you to shoot 3 balls.
Ball in the hands of Isaiah Wilkes. Backs up top to Clay. Back over to Wilkes on the left wing, who throws it up high to Barrett. Barrett turns and fires on the inside. Barrett gets the easy one off a beautiful assist by Isaiah Wilkes on that one.
Yeah. 45-43.
Cam Parker lines up a 3 from deep. Rims that one.
Rebound Barrett.
So on that one, he misses that one, and Barrett gets the rebound. On the other end, Isaiah Wilkes fires up to the basket. He can't get the shot to fall there.
Oh, they didn't get back on defense.
And that time Furnish could not be able to get the ball in. They threw it ahead, and Furnish could not corral the pass. Falcons up by 2, 4:36 to go. Isaiah Wilkes dribbles down and resets the offense. Chris Clay looked at the deep three.
Yeah, he bet not.
And he's going to dribble from the
You're
elbow.
at the free throw line, Van Buren. Take the shot.
And Amari Barrett passes it back up.
Shot
Van Buren in the
again.
lane, turns and fires on the inside.
You.
Van Buren with the mid-range gain, knocks down the shot off the Chris Clay assist.
I mean,
47-43, a 4-point game, Gary.
They gave it to him twice at the free throw line.
He didn't like the first shot, Gary. What you want me to say?
Oh, man.
We got to talk about what we got to see. I mean, it's not what you want. It's what we see.
Hey, that's why you put me on this radio. I'm the coach in the box. I'm supposed to
lose your mind.
Lose my mind when I see fundamental basketball
being violated.
Yes.
All right, Buckingham has it on the right wing. And he backs it up. Van Buren covering. Van Buren with the game-high 18 points. Going to go cross-court to Ridley. Ridley up fakes, drives into the lane, tries to finish.
Nice
what a up
move
and
by
under reverse
Ridley.
by Ridley.
Timeout. Crosses.
What a nice assist on that one. Pulls it within 2, 3:37 to go. So a 30-second timeout being called on the floor here by the Knights. And again, back and forth we go. The team that maintains composure and gets the easy basket. And somebody, when we say get easy buckets, somebody still believe in the mid-range game. It drives us all crazy with the new era of basketball. I don't care whether you're watching NBA, college, or whatever. When you give up a perfectly good two-point shot to drive in the lane and kick it just because you want the splash.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving up a 7-footer. You're giving up a 10 to 12, 7. You're giving those shots up to kick the ball out for a contested 3-ball. I mean, it's like, dude, you are not in the NBA yet.
No, but
you're not even in college yet.
Yes, but again, that's what they think gets them to the next level, and so it's so hard. Again,
that's
when
AAU.
we talk,
that's that damn AAU.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Whether it is AAU's fault, ABC's fault, or XYZ, the point of the matter here tonight is that is the modern game. Like it or love it, somebody has to remember that a good two is 2 points. You don't have to consistently rely on the three when you're not a great shooting three-point team.
Right, and you got to be honest with yourself and look at the numbers.
Ooh, honesty? Oh, that's a lost start. That's a lost start not only in basketball, in life right now. So let's keep that one. That's one that you said keep your tongue tied on that one. Let's not go there.
We'll leave that alone.
So now going to work
the free throw, Brim. Thank you.
So Van Buren turns and fires. He can't get it, but Bivens gets the rebound.
Good rebounds, Bivens.
Bivens pulling down another offensive board.
Second chance opportunity for the Falcons.
So driving inside now from the corner. Ball in the hands of Barrett. Barrett swings it back out to Clay on the left wing. Clay back out to Wilkes. Wilkes reset the offense. Swings it down to Van Buren.
No shot clock. You don't have to be in a hurry. There it is, Van Buren. There it is,
pulls up
Barrett.
from just inside and he short arms that one. Tries to do the push shot or the one-arm shot. Couldn't get that one to fall. Rebound pulled down by the Knights. The Knights are down
They had three opportunities on that possession.
Cam Parker over to Ridley. Ridley going to give it back to Furnish. Hands off. Furnish sets the offense. Clay.
Got to play good defense
up to Parker
now.
Up top. Parker looking. Bounce pass inside. Going to throw it back out. Ridley thought he was going to take the three, but Leslie does. And Leslie can't get it to fall, and contact underneath the rim. They're going to call a foul probably on Wilkes or Barrett here. Can't tell.
I don't understand that one. Wilkes had the inside position.
So now Goins is coming back in the game. So it looks like we're going to get Goins and also Bradshaw coming in the game.
Coming in for Bivens and Clay.
For Bivens and Clay. 2-point game, 47-45, 2:03 to go. Cam Parker now gets it, steps out and receives the inbound pass. It takes the three, and contact again.
Who's that on? Wow. They call it on Goins.
So Goins, who just checked back in, gets a foul called against him. Team foul situation 2-1. Parker gets the inbound again. This time he decides not to take the three as Braylon Bradshaw steps out on him. Ball in the hands now of Sykes, back in the hands of Buckingham, being covered by Barrett.
Truthfully, the guy who scares me is Sykes.
Parker on the box. Looks. Sykes for three. Back rims that one. Parker gets the rebound and puts it back in.
Parker did a great job of blocking out underneath.
So we're all tied up at 47 with 95 seconds to go. And Sykes with the steal. Sykes to the basket. He can't finish.
Misses the layup. But he steals it back from Van Buren, gets the assist.
What a sequence there.
49-47.
Gets the 2. Timeout called on the floor. It was unbelievable on what took place there. Sykes gets the steal on the Isaiah Wilkes pass. He takes it, and he drives it all the way in that time, and he gets to the basket and not able to allow it to score that time, Gary. And unbelievable. Somehow, some way, they managed to get it, and now they take the lead 49-47.
Yep.
When the Falcons could not control the defensive glass.
Nah, you're right. If you don't control the glass, and then also, too, again, we saw the possession down here. 3 opportunities, didn't convert. Then all of a sudden, what does that do? That breathes new life into your opponent. They come down. They put together 2 great possessions, 49-47. Again, keep an eye on those possessions. Who's able to make good on them versus those who squander their opportunities.
Now, looking at the fourth quarter right now, the Knights are 4 of 10, 40%, 0 of 5 from deep, 4 of 5 from the twos. The quality of the twos is what's making a big difference for them. This type of shots. The Falcons, 3 of 7, 43%, have not shot a three-pointer here, and they don't need to do it on this possession.
Right.
That's the most important thing I want to point out.
Right. Don't let the two being 2 points down. And I know that just when we say that, somebody will fire one up and hit it.
You think, Gary?
But, yeah, man, just because we said it.
Oh, no, not only do you think it, you know it. Yeah. You know it as well as I do.
Somebody's going to fire up a dadgum 3.
Isaiah Wilkes, bounce pass over. Isaiah Wilkes on the left wing. Steady dribble.
But notice now that crossings, they're extending the zone now out towards three-point range. They need to look, Falcons need to look for a paint touch here. When the guards are extended out, it should be able to get the ball to the high post to Barrett. And once you get Barrett in that paint, I like our odds there.
All right, still steady dribbling, going back to the zone.
Right there to Barrett. He's open.
Inside. Goings in the lane, kicks it over to Van Buren. He drives in the lane, short corner jump
shot.
It's good.
49-49, 35 seconds remaining in the game.
And anybody likes Van Buren coming through with a 20-piece. 30 seconds left to go on this game.
They need to pick up.
Now, got to be careful here.
No fouls. 24 seconds.
Ball in the hands now of and timeout being called by Shinnick.
Yep. They want to get a good possession here. He's going to draw something up.
Full timeout called on the floor.
Right.
So, on the other end, you got to give it up to Van Buren again with a nice short jump shot. Mid-range game, 10 to 12 feet. He has been money tonight. Yeah. How money has Van Buren been overall? Let's just take a quick look at Van Buren's stat line right now. Van Buren in the game. He is 9 of 13 from the floor, 69%, 8 of 10 from twos, 1 of 3 from 3.
There it is.
Okay, and he's got 3 rebounds to boot, 2 steals, and a block and an assist in this game.
So my mind immediately shifts now to what you think Crossings is going to do offensively. 21 seconds, I'm telling you now, they're going to take this possession. The question is, what does it look like? Is it, the opportunity to get the ball into the low post with Parker, or are they looking to try and take off the dribble with Sykes?
That's it.
Or do you think they're going to penetrate and dish and try to get an open look?
So this is the thing. All right, so I'm going to use an expression by one of my good friends here, Mr. Washington, who uses a phrase called BFD. It's called a blindfolded dagger. He's saying a shot that doesn't matter because right now they can shoot a 3, and it's not really any pressure because the worst that could happen is overtime.
Right.
So what you have to understand here is you play for 1, but you don't allow Sykes to go downhill to allow Parker to get the rebound.
Yep.
Again, so a full timeout being called here. But the BFD, blindfolded dagger, those are those non-pressure 3s.
Yeah.
Because the non-pressure 3 here, all that happens to you is we play 5 more minutes.
Right.
So at this point is here, you want to dribble.
Yeah, you want to work the clock down, but you want to go high percentage in my mind.
High percentage is your first option there.
Yeah.
Drive and kick. So you're going to steady dribble, pass at the top, down to 10 seconds. 10 seconds on the clock, you're going to try to drive into the lane and leave the Falcons with less than 6 seconds.
Most definitely.
Most 6 seconds, no more than 6 seconds if you can handle.
Right.
So there's not a true possession, and it's really a catch-and-shoot situation for the Falcons.
Additionally here, the Falcons, they really need to get their best defenders on the floor. They cannot fall asleep. They have to make sure that they are D'ing up, that they don't get caught on the switches. I'm telling you, I've been watching tonight in the low post. Bradshaw's kind of been getting lost on some of the switches.
Yeah, he has been lost on the switches. And also the inbound pass to Cam Parker.
Right.
He flashes and then drops behind the three-point shot. Now, for the Falcons, if you can bait them into an early shot so you can get it, as long as you can force them to miss it.
The Falcons are going with their better defenders. You're going to see out there Isaiah Wilson. You're going to see Goins, Wilkes, Barrett, Van Buren.
So in that particular case here, and you've got Javier Richards on the floor now.
Javier Richards. I'm sorry.
So Richards,
they can't lose. They cannot
15
lose.
seconds on the clock. So dribbling a steady dribble at the top is Furnish. 10 seconds on the clock, screen, and firing a deep three-point shot. He can't get the ball. Barrett has it. 6 seconds on the clock. He gets it to Van Buren. Van Buren to the corner. Three-point shot as time expired.
Rims out.
Shot no good. We go to overtime.
The Falcons did have an opportunity.
So, again, three-point shot missed, led to Amari Barrett. Isaiah Wilkes shoots the three on the other end, was not able to get it to fall as time expires. So now we are into overtime here, folks. So the first OT coming up. So again, the foul situation has to go back up there. It's 2-1. So 2 team fouls for the Falcons, 1 team foul, 2 team fouls, or 1 team foul for crossing. So 4 minutes is going to be on the clock now for this overtime period. So now everything resets. So we've seen basically 32 minutes of beautiful basketball. We get a bonus 4 minutes now. So now reset your identity and get back.
Honestly, though, that's only 3 possessions.
Yes, and in fact, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Three, maybe 5 possessions.
8
Depends
points,
on how they run it.
Both teams scored 8 points apiece. So we had a total of 16 points scored overall.
Wow.
So, overall, so the points have been going down as the defense has gotten better and the shot selection has gotten better.
So
we went let's just be honest. We had 27 points scored in the first, 31 points scored in the second, 24 in the third, and 16 in the fourth. Total points.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump it up. So now it's center court, and so now we're looking at it here. Javier Richards is back out, and then you got Braylon Bradshaw back. And the ball's going to be deflected, and Amari Barrett in the Falcons' control. Coming down into the corner. Inside goes Van Buren. It's going to be a turnover.
That was Bradshaw. He shouldn't have put the ball on the floor. He should have shot.
And on the other end, Furnish with the left hand.
Yeah, Bradshaw should have just caught it and went right up with the baby hook. He was about 4 or 5 foot away from the basket.
Crossing up by 2, 3:35 to go. Unbelievable game we're watching here, folks. Ball in the hands now of Van Buren. Over to Wilkes. Isaiah back over to Van Buren.
Yeah.
Over to
Bradshaw did not like. He got the ball at the free throw line.
Goins drives inside, tries to do a bounce pass. It's going to be a strip, a scramble drill on the ground. Everybody's looking for it, and the ball's maintained by Barrett. Barrett turns and yards and fires, and he gets it to fall there. All tied up at 51. Unbelievable game. 3:05 to go. Sykes. Back up top now to Furnish. Furnish gets it to Cam Parker.
What was this?
And then Sykes to the corner. Ridley for 3. Can't get it to fall.
Barrett.
Rebound by Barrett now. All tied up at 51. JVB inside the lane. And Van Buren drops the biscuit in the basket off the Isaiah Wilkes assist. And the Falcons are up by 2, 53-51.
And 1. Yep.
Foul's going to be called against that, so count the basket.
Yep, foul's going to go against Ridley.
So as we have it right now, 2 team fouls apiece here. And Van Buren going up to try and make it 23-22.
You know what's funny is that we were sitting here commentating. I looked over my right shoulder up above us, and guess who's looking down at us, listening to us, Mo?
Van Buren knocks it down. Who we got?
Former OU all-conference player Renzai Stone.
How nice.
Nice. He does some radios, or he does some TV broadcasting himself. So
54-51, 2:31 to go. Ball in the hands of Buckingham. Cam Parker drives down Main Street. Power game, can't get it to fall, but he does draw a foul here. Looks like a foul's going to be called. Foul's going to be called this time against Van Buren. Foul number 2, I do believe, for him. 3-2 is what it stands right now. So Cam Parker at the free throw line. Cam Parker takes his time, and the big man,
too strong,
back rims that one. So he gets one more, 54-51, 2:25 to go.
They got to get this rebound, make sure they block out the shooter.
Falcons up by 3. Parker with a nice soft touch on the second one, 54-52. Here comes Isaiah Wilkes and the Falcon offense. Across the timeline, 54-52. Goins has it. Going to swing it over to Wilkes. Wilkes back up top to Goins. Goins finds a crease in the middle of the lane.
Right there. Shot.
He pulls it back and resets the offense. 2 minutes to go. Over to Wilkes. Bounce pass over to Barrett. Barrett in the corner. Barrett throws it back out to Goins. Goins now over to Van Buren. Van Buren wisely throws it back and resets the offense at the top. Bounce pass over.
Minute 46.
Minute 46. Falcons in no hurry now. Back up top to Goins. Barrett from the elbow swings it back up top.
Nobody likes the free throw shot, huh?
Well, no. They're attacking the clock. Van Buren still standing above the line. And Coach Dorian is telling him to move it back. Move it back. So they're resetting.
123.
So Van Buren tries to finish, and he kind of does a George Gervin finger roll.
Yeah, that was Barrett.
Barrett does that.
They got to get back and get set up. They cannot give Crossings an easy bucket.
4-point game from the elbow up top. Back into Leslie. Leslie throws it back up top to Furnish. Furnish over to Buckingham.
Make sure
under a minute to go.
They want the ball into the low post against Bradshaw.
So
Bradshaw
Parker looking
to stay on the ground.
And Sykes for 3.
He misses.
Can't get it to fall.
Long
Rebound by Leslie. They need a basket. Timeout by
42.
Coach Sean Shinnick.
Yep, he's down by 4. 42.7
30-second timeout here right now. 42.7 seconds to go. And really, in this particular case, the Falcons did a good job. Not only was Barrett's finger roll very timely here, but the best part of that Falcon possession was the assault of a near minute off the clock.
Yes.
The fact that you're down by 4 or down by 2 at the time, now down by 4, basically means now that you need 2 possessions in this 42 seconds. Don't care if you hit a 3, you're still down 1. And that all favors the Falcons at this point in time.
It does. 4-point deficit, 42.7 seconds. You know, that's easy. That's easy to work it off unless they all of a sudden start fouling.
So now the main thing here is what you have to understand here is it's not about the 3, it's about the 2.
Yes, it is.
Because what you're going to do if you're crossing, and that is my opinion again, I haven't talked to Sean Shinnick, I don't know. But you go for the quick 2, the quickest way you can get it, but you look for the best shot, all right? And then you want to put the onus on your defense to get a stop, and you want a chance to either win or tie and go into double overtime after that.
And please block out. Please block out and rebound.
So now going to work off the screen now. Swing over, and Leslie finds a 3. He can't get it to fall. Van Buren gets it.
And he's fouled the half court.
So Van Buren's fouled at half court. Team foul number 2, or number 3, against
31.9 seconds.
against crossing here, so 31.9. They're going to guard heavy against the inbound play, and they're going to bring in Max Moser. They're bringing him in for Cam Parker, so it's for defense and more than likely three-point shooting.
Yeah.
And they're going to bring in one more. They're going to bring in Beckett Buckingham, the freshman. So what I'm saying here is the shooters are in the game.
Yep, they are.
So coming out of the game, and then one more as Chris Clay's coming in the game now. And Clay is coming in for Goins.
Bradshaw.
Oh, for Bradshaw? Okay.
Yeah, Goins stayed in.
So again, cover and switch everything. Goins gets it, runs in the backcourt, and then draws a foul to be called here by Max Moser. Team foul number 4. So again, the Falcons are going to have to inbound the ball. And again, stopping the clock is the most important thing. So now into the game now for Drake Manuel, set to check in now for the Knights. And he comes in for Caden Leslie. Barrett's going to throw it in. And the ball in the hands now of Isaiah Wilkes. And Isaiah slams it home.
2 hands.
58-52.
Timeout.
Timeout was called by Crossing. But Isaiah Wilkes was not going to pass up that opportunity to throw it down.
Yeah.
So it is a 60-second timeout called here by the Knights with 18.7 seconds. So at this point in time, it's easy basket time, Gary.
Yeah.
If you're crossing, you turn, you fire, you live with the results. But you got to get multiple possessions now. You're down 6.
Yeah.
So the only way now, your only way back in, you can, well, no, that's not true. You got to knock down a 3. You're down by 6. You need a 3.
You need 3 balls, yeah.
You need 2 threes.
In 18 seconds.
The fastest, yes, yeah, you need 2 threes. So you got to do your best inbound play for 3. So all the things that I said about a quick 2, no, you need 2 threes.
Yeah, you need 2 threes in 18 seconds. And you need them pretty quick. Then you got to figure out a way to get the ball back on inbounds.
So that's the way they got to do it. And if you're the Falcons, the number 1 assault is not to score here. The number 1 assault is the clock.
The clock.
So Isaiah Wilkes right now has 9. He'd been quiet for the majority of this game. He started the Falcons early, and he was the only counterpunch that the Falcons had early on in this game. But Barrett finally heated up after a slow start in this one. But Jonathan Van Buren has been the money man as Caden Leslie throws it into Cam Parker, and the ball in. And this time off the 3, and they score the basket on a kiss off the glass by Cal Furnish. He stepped in, jumped in from the three-point line, and kissed it in. Is the bank even open this time of night?
It is for Crossings.
What a shot. What an assist by Cam Parker. Cam Parker gave the screen, and wisely, Cal Furnish did not see it. The double team was coming. He just stepped through, elevated, and kissed it off the glass.
So now the Falcons, they are arguing the three-point shot because they're saying that he stepped across the three-point line as he was letting the ball go. His foot did touch the ground because and people who are actually sitting over there next to it, they're calling that.
Well, all we know is the arms went up, they said 3.
Yep.
We don't have the benefit at this time of instant replay to be used in high school ball. Those who are watching on PPBC TV,
yeah, you can watch. You can look at it.
Stop it
you
and
can
back
stop
it up
and back it up,
and prove it.
And see. But I don't even know if at the angle where the camera is, if it'll even be able to pick it up.
Right. And so with that being said, that has been the challenge overall for the Falcons tonight. No, it's not the challenge overall for the Falcons. It's the challenge in that shot, if you really want to be honest about that. So just crazy, crazy, crazy. So now going back to work, 58-55, 13.4 seconds to go. So the Falcons have got to get the ball inbounded, and so now we have personnel change. Chris Clay is in the game now. With Van Buren, Goins, and Barrett. Somebody need to pay attention here.
Hey, hold it.
And a timeout being called there. And again, nice job there. Hey, by Cal Furnish. He did a good job of face guarding and then keeping his hands in the inside and grabbing on Wilkes' jersey.
Yeah, I mean, he was holding the crap out of him. But hey,
but
you got to get caught in order for it to get called.
Hey, what's that line you always say during football?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. you down by 3. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I can't blame him.
Now, here's my point. It was a great job because it forced the Falcons to call a timeout here.
Yeah, but the problem with that too is that Wilkes needs to explode away from these guys and stop just kind of meandering and walking towards the ball. He needs to make hard fakes.
And this is what everybody has to understand, for everybody who's watching at home.
Yeah.
Less than 10 seconds, you don't want the officials to make it.
Right.
You have to be willing to play through the fouls, through the contact, and finish.
Don't look for nothing.
Because nothing is going to be granted to you.
You're right.
So now the Falcons, Coach Dorian Williams changes the inbound play now. So let's see where Wilkes is. Amari Barrett's going to throw it in. So now
they need to move
now Chris
aggressively.
Clay.
See how they're just kind of slowly moving, not really.
And now trying to get the ball in. And the ball is going to be a turnover.
There it is.
And Coach Dorian Williams is asking Barrett, why didn't you call for time? So only basically almost a second comes off the clock. So the Falcons throw the ball away. And now it's 58-55 with 12.9 seconds to go. So
ball was deflected.
So is it okay? Is it going to?
The ball was deflected. It's Falcons ball. No. Wow.
So they're saying the ball belongs to the Knights. 12.9 seconds to go. Ball's inbounded. Cam Parker has it. They need a three.
Somebody need to pick up sight.
So going around, Buckingham's going to swing it back out. Furnish is going to have to fire one in 5 seconds. Parker for three.
He rims
Can't get it, and Chris Clay has it.
0.5 seconds.
So Parker fires a three, wasn't able to get it. He was wide open, and Chris Clay gets the rebound in 0.5 of a second. So now with team foul number 5, so 2 free throws coming for Chris Clay. That inbound play had a lot of motion. You were calling out, looking for where the inbound was coming. Cam Parker had a wide open look. You can't blame him. They needed a three.
Yep.
That was the best look they were going to get. That young man took the shot. He just wasn't able to hit it. So Clay knocks it down. Free throw number 1. Falcons lead by 4.
Yeah, I just, on that inbounds play, even though it looks
front
like
rims and knocks
the
it down.
Falcons are going to be up 0.5, game's over with. Falcons get out with the victory.
So the Falcons are going to get away with the win, 60-55 over the Crossing Christian Knights. So Class 4A number 2 fouls to the Falcons for a second time this season. This time here in this friendly confines. Overall, a 5-point margin, which is, funny enough, the exact same margin the Millwood Falcons won in the Tournament of Champions.
Right.
And again, nothing taking away from what was a sensational game in overtime overall. So you have to be happy overall about what you saw going on here tonight overall, Gary.
I'm going to go get Coach real quick. Hold on.
All right, so we're going to try and talk here real quick to Coach Dorian Williams here at half court. And an unbelievable performance overall for this game. We're going to try and get that over here and try and get it. So we're going to try and get him to come over here and talk to us at the scorer's table for just a moment here. We're going to talk to Coach Dorian Williams. Thank you. So we're going to talk to Coach Dorian Williams right here. Coach, I know that inbound play at the end of overtime was not what you wanted. But in the end, what a sensational game. What is it about the game between Crossing and Millwood? I mean, you guys, they jumped out early. You guys had a tremendous response in the second. First of all, what was the big key around that turnaround?
I think it was just about playing with some effort. We came out flat. We came out as if we didn't know what the game plan was. And a lot of it for us is energy and effort. Tough and together. Those 4 things, those 4 words mean the world to our team. And if we don't have one of those, we put ourselves at a disadvantage. So I really like to see them persevere through some adversity and come out victorious tonight.
Coach, I saw in the last 2 games your rotation against both Owasso and against Douglas, your rotation looked like it was cut down to about 7 or 8 players. Tonight, you had 10 players on the floor.
Right.
They were contributing, not all equally distributed in terms of time, but you got more bodies in the game.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts about the numbers of your basketball team and how that kind of plays into your advantage when playing against other opposing
Absolutely.
teams?
No, we truly believe we got 15 that can play at any given night.
Yeah.
But during the course of a season, it's about building. It's about growing. So I don't believe in giving anything away. That starts in practice. From 3:30 to 6 every day, that determines how much you're going to get to play. That builds trust. So for us, if you can build habits like that over a course of period of time, in March you're going to be in a position at where you want to be. And then hopefully when your career is over, you're going to be set to be a college basketball player, whatever it is. Yeah. And so that's the goal of this program. That's the goal for these kids. Like we did, Gabe came out and had a great day. We was waiting for him to kind of get his football out, right?
Yeah.
You see Boog back. He came back and was tremendous. So we got, like I said, I believe in 15, really more than that. If they gave me more jerseys, we'd have 20 over there. So I'm really proud of the team.
Final question, Coach. Tonight, the game, one of your guys that seems to be continuing to be able to use in all type of situation, JVB, Van Buren.
Yeah.
He had 23 points tonight. The young man has been a glue guy when you need a glue guy, when you need him to grab a rebound. He seems to do all the things. Talk about the evolution of him and Barrett on the floor at the same time.
Absolutely, man. I'll tell you a quick story. It was probably 2 or 3 years ago, my youth team, Isaiah and them, when it happened, we used to play their team. He's from Arkansas. And that kid killed us offensively every time. 30 points, 30 points, 30 points.
Van Buren.
Van Buren.
Wow.
And I told his dad when they moved here, and I told him, I said, listen, your son is not only going to be a better basketball player, he's going to be a better man. I said, and that's because we expect something out of him every day. And we teach being a complete basketball player, not just a one-trick pony. I think you can kind of see that in a few of our guys. Man, what do you do when the basketball is not in your hand? And if it is in your hand, can you impact the game? Can you impact winning? And that's preached throughout the locker room.
Yeah,
Coach, finally, we talked about it earlier in pregame, Class 4A number 1, Class 4A number 2. Iron sharpens iron. Are you pleased with this? You guys are still got tournament play before a lot of district games come up. How pleased are you about the progression of the team so far?
Yeah, I'm very pleased when it comes to us and putting our hard hats on every day and coming to work. That's what it's about. And you don't win a championship in January and December. You get better. You sharpen that knife, man, each and every day and hope that blade is right by the time March comes. And that's all we focus on.
Well, Coach, I'm just going to make this statement and let you go on and talk to your team. But when a 6A team screams to the top of their lungs because they beat the Falcons, a 4A team is extremely happy, whether it be number 1 or number 2. You know that this is a program that is well respected.
Absolutely.
And you're doing a fantastic job with the players. And like I said, I know we had a conversation where you were like, I wanted to get that one, whether it be Owasso or whether it be Douglas. But we earn our stripes at Millwood during the season playing against the best the state has to offer, and that's the reason why you're leading the number 1 program in the state of Oklahoma as it relates to number of basketball championships. Congratulations on the game tonight against an outstanding opponent.
We're going to wish you luck in Bartlesville this week.
Hopefully we make it. I heard it was supposed to snow or something.
Yeah, so I hope hope the weather hangs out for you. Coach, we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you so much. The Falcons improved overall tonight to the record of 6-4. They remain Class 3A number 1. And we want to thank our sponsors and get on out of here tonight. The Super Prep player of the game is Jonathan Van Buren. The young man had 23 points. Let's just go ahead and read down his complete stat line overall, if I can, real quick here, see if it'll give it to me. Van Buren finished tonight with 23 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. So the Falcons will now advance to go play in Bartlesville this weekend, weather permitting, and their next home opportunity, or the next game that we will be broadcasting for the Falcons, will come up next Tuesday as the Falcons will take on Cassidy And Cassidy back in 3A. That's a good game. Get ready for that one. So rank our sponsors for tonight: OKC Sports Radio 105.3, OKC Heart and Soul 92.1, 1140, the Black Chronicle newspaper, Power 103.5, Super Prep, OCCC, and SSM Health in St. Anthony. He's Coach Woods. Coach Gary Woods, I'm Maurice Prince. Guys, have a great night. Thank you for watching Millwood Falcon basketball.
Good night.